Hi everyone, and welcome to today's edition of Real Talk Tuesday. I hope you are doing well. You guys can tell I'm down in my daughter's dance room right now, which means I'm stuck in the basement, which is the reason I have this giant sweater on because it is freezing down here. But today I wanted to talk about the business side of Arbonne and why I personally jumped in. So it's a bit of a long one. I'm going to try to get through it in like the cleanest and most concise way possible, but I do have my computer in front of me. So if you see me like glancing down, it is not because I am trying to be disingenuous at all. I just have a lot to get through and I don't want to leave anything out. So for those of you who know me already, I'm Stacy. For those of you who don't know me, I started as a luxury wedding planner. So for the past 15 years, that is what I have been doing. And I am the first one to admit I have a fabulous job. I get to be a part of people's most important day, doing all the design and the planning and the coordination with my amazing partner who is the florist of the company. So definitely I've been super fortunate to been able to have done that. And typically when I start with my clients, when we start to plan their wedding, one of the first things that we talk about is their plan B. So I'm pretty good at my job. I can control most things except for Mother Nature. So we just want to make sure that when we start our planning process, if there's any like really inclement weather, that we have a really great option for them. So that's actually kind of where my Arbonne journey started. And COVID-19 was my bad weather. So all of a sudden, everything that I had been working for my entire adult life was taken away. It was gone and it was gone out of my control. And as a type A person, I am used to being in control. So that was really hard for me. I had spent years focusing on my client's sort of plan B. And here I was in a situation where I didn't have a plan B for my life. So the funny part about this is actually a month earlier is when I jumped into Arbonne. So it was February. And then, March 13th hit and life as we know it completely changed. And I had watched my entire 2020 wedding season vanish. So like I said, a year or a month before I had jumped into Arbonne, and I didn't really think of the business side of it. In fact, it was like nothing that I even wanted to consider. I knew I liked the products. I had used them before in the past, and I was super happy with my like 50% discount on my skincare and my hair care products. And I didn't even consider the business side an option. And to be honest with you, I think it was a pride thing. Like I think people definitely have a preconceived notion of like what Arbonne is and what it is to be in multi-level marketing. And I think I probably shared that perception. And quite frankly, I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed to tell my friends. I was embarrassed to tell my family. And I certainly didn't want to like harass them with selling products to them. I have to say, I have been so pleasantly surprised, and I was completely wrong. My misconceptions were completely incorrect. So COVID hit. After I pretty much finished watching Netflix and eating a lot of chocolate, I picked my sorry self up off my couch and decided to make a huge pivot. And that's when I remembered that I had this like gift of Arbonne that I didn't really unpackage before. So sometimes things come into your life in unexpected packages, and you don't see their potential right away. And this was definitely the case for me. So if you're not familiar with Arbonne, put most simply, it is a health, wellness, and beauty company. We've been around for 40 years, which means we have like 4 decades of history and skincare and nutrition education under our belts, which is amazing. The really cool thing, not only are our products like vegan, gluten-free, cruelty-free, and all of that like free before it was cool to be like gluten-free and vegan. Also, our products are also based on the European standards, which means that we ban over 1,400 chemicals. Now, to sort of put that in perspective, the United States bans 11. So let that sink in for a minute. This is stuff that you're literally consuming or putting on your skin that's getting absorbed into your body. So as a consumer, while I was like completely impressed by what they don't put in their products, to be honest, like you guys know, I'm a little bit vain. I was like, all right, what are they putting in the products that are going to do what they say they're going to do? So like my wrinkle cream that I'm buying, I want to make sure that it's going to work for my 45-year-old face. And I think if you guys have followed any of my videos, and I hope you like really like see how genuine I am about these products, they are amazing. They actually work. They do what they say they're going to do. If a product says it's going to give you dewy, glowy skin, you will have dewy, glowy skin. If a fizz stick tells you it's going to give you a more natural, healthy source of energy, it will definitely do that. So for me, great products, they do what they say they're going to do. What's the business side of it? What does that look like? So it's pretty simple. Arbonne has conveniently cut out the middleman in the way that they do business. So essentially, we're their like brand ambassadors. So they're product influencers, if you will. So we get asked all the time, like, I can't sell anything. I'm not a salesperson. This is one of my favorite questions, because the reality is, how many times have you like asked someone like, oh, where's the best taco stand in Ottawa? Or like, hey, Stacey, those are super cute jeans. Where did you get them? Or like, oh my gosh, your hair is like the perfect shade of blonde. Who's your hairstylist? We are selling to our friends all the time, just in the way that we communicate with them. And we guys, like, we all know, like, we are 92% more willing to purchase a product because of a friend's recommendation than if we just like saw a store on the street. If our friends are going to like recommend something to them, we will like genuinely listen to that, which is literally all we do. That's the business model. Like, use the products, love the products, talk about the products. So for me, all of our products are consumable. So when someone becomes a client, they use the product, they love the product, they rebuy the product. We make commission off of those sales. So it's really as simple as that. The huge thing about this business is, like, if you took a deep dive into like some of my bathroom cabinets and saw the amount of money that I was spending at Sephora, at Shoppers Drug Mart, at the Mac counter, the reality is I am just taking the money that I'm spending on those products and redirecting them to my online store. To me, this was like a literal no-brainer. How I like to explain it to people is, let's take a product like Aveeno. You guys all know who reps for Aveeno, right? Jennifer Aniston. So let's say she's talking about some $30 night cream, and that product has to go through, their production, their manufacturing, their marketing, their product placement on the Walmart shelves. They have to pay Miss Aniston. I assure you, she does not do it out of the goodness of her heart. So basically, after all of these things, that $30 like neck cream or night cream is now worth, I don't know, maybe $9. Where like our $30 night cream, it literally goes from like the manufacturer in California straight to our customers' hands. We don't carry inventory on the product, and it literally, essentially, we're like the Jennifer Aniston. We are the ones selling the product. So the exciting thing about this, and what really appealed to me, is that Arbonne takes this one step further. So you can open your online store. It takes about 2 minutes. It costs $59. Your website is set up for you. Like, I know when I built, my wedding planning business, website creation and like finding all of our suppliers and all of the stuff that's involved in starting a business, that stuff's all done for you. It's, you literally you put in your $59, you get your ID number, you get your store set up, and you're literally ready to go. You can like purchase some skincare cream 2 minutes later. So for me, that was like super appealing. Growing the team is something that I'm like super passionate about. I love working with people, and I'm at a point in my life where I wanted to like surround myself with people of my choosing, and like really fabulous women and men that we have similar goals in mind. Our goals were aligned, like goals like time freedom, working from home, not having to ask anyone permission when my child has a dance competition, working from Maui, working from my basement on my phone. All of that was super appealing. And a lot of times you hear all of this and you're like, okay, well, why wouldn't you do that? We're all brushing our teeth anyway. We're washing our face. We're like using nutrition. Why wouldn't we buy for ourselves? And why wouldn't we make money off those sales and tell our friends how great it is too? It does sound too good to be true. I thought that too. You hear all the time, people are like, no, it's multi-level marketing. Everyone loses money on that. But you know what else I hear all the time is I got a gym membership and I didn't lose any weight, or I didn't reach my like goal, or I have some friends that, you know, got their real estate license, but they didn't sell any homes. So we don't blame Good Life Fitness or Royal LePage for that. Like anything else, you need to show up, you need to work. The difference with this business is that the work is really fun. Like, when I was like pretty depressed, when all of this craziness started, it got me out of bed. It like got me putting makeup on my face. It got me coming on, talking to you, wonderful people. And that just, I saw the potential, and I saw that people were like listening to what I said, and they were like, hey, you know what? Whatever you were talking about last night, that sounded really amazing. I'd like to hear more about it. Which for me was like one of the most amazing things. So it's not so much about like selling products to your friends. How I like to explain it to my team or people that asks is, we're creating a lifestyle, and you get to create the lifestyle. Like whatever life you want to live, that's what you need to show to people. And then when people along the way say, hey, things are looking pretty great in your life, like, why are you looking so great right now? You can tell them why. And that's it. Like that's like 11 minutes. So sorry, I was going for 7 minutes. So it was a bit longer because I do tend to ramble. You guys know this. But yeah, like I said, I'm looking for 3 more firecrackers on my team. I'm looking to do that by the end of the summer. I would love if you if any of this that I said today like resonated with you, slide into my DMs and let's have a conversation, and I can tell you guys more about this. Thanks.